What is going on, everybody? I go by the name of Kari, and I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on SneakerPhetish. Today, we're taking a look at a sneaker that a lot of you guys overlooked. I know a lot of you guys ended up passing on these, and while I understand why, I had a couple of thoughts about this sneaker because it's not bad per se. I just don't think that it was necessary. Without further ado, let's get into it. Boom. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Air Jordan 13 French Blue. All right, so first impressions of the sneaker, I get it. Like when I first saw the shoe, by the way, this is a grade school size shoe, but it'll do the job that we needed to do today because apparently a lot of places, especially locally where I live, didn't even get men's sizes in yet. So apparently men's sizes have been a little tougher to find, but I know they're still available in a whole lot of sizes on Nike online if y'all want to just grab a pair. But first impressions of the shoe, you know, this is the Jada Kiss of Jordans that have been coming out lately. It's good, but it's not enough. And I think that's the way that we've been feeling about a lot of sneakers lately, but I think that we've kind of gotten away from that for a couple of reasons that I'll talk about after we take a little deeper look at the shoe. Plus, the story behind the shoe is okay, but I think that the people who saw this shoe wanted something a little bit different. I'll get into that as well. But before we get into all that, let's take a little deeper look at the shoe. All right, starting with the upper of the shoe, classic Air Jordan 13 silhouette. You either like the 13 or you don't like the 13. 13s are not the most popular silhouette. I understand that, but if you're a fan, you're a fan. You got the nice standard Air Jordan 13 dimpled leather. Very nice tumbled leather, actually. It's not bad as far as quality goes. Going from the quarter panels of the shoe all the way down through the mud guards, of course. You got that French blue on the shoe this time, right above the mud guards, going all around the sneaker. French blue nubuck, kind of suede, kind of nubuck kind of feeling material here. It's pretty par for the course as far as an Air Jordan 13 goes, but this time it's French blue. Taking the top down, look at the shoe here. Nothing really different, very standard from laces to tongue to toe box here. Gray toe box on this shoe. Interesting touch with the gray toe box. Probably wouldn't have been my first choice, but not mad at it. I mean, it works, but you get this gray toe box. On the top of the shoe, of course, you get the red stitch Jumpman. So a little pop of red there, really nice. On the outsole of the shoe, standard Air Jordan 13 outsole, a little bit of gray in there, red cat eye right there on the midfoot. Everything else is pretty much the same. Herringbone traction, everything's the same. And on the insole, I won't even bother taking it out. French blue insole with the white Jumpman on the heel. And that's pretty much it when it comes to the Air Jordan 13 French blue. I mean, it's not a whole lot going on. Now, as far as the sneakers app goes, that's where kind of the inspiration kind of went kind of a fork in the road for me. It was like, they said it was one thing, but then they kind of said it was another thing. So on the sneakers app, it said, Viva la Paris. They said, of course, the French blue theme here was made to look like Paris colors, like the Paris flag, I guess, with the white, the red, and the blue. They talked about how it kind of pays homage to that Parisian flair with the French blue. And I get it. We've seen French blue on shoes like the Trophy Room 16s, I think. We've gotten the French blue 12s. And again, both of those shoes to me just weren't really that hot. I mean, they even got DJ Khaled to talk about the French blue 16s for Trophy Room, and that shoe still was kind of like, meh. I don't know. French blue seems to not be the biggest hit when it comes to any Jordan model here. But the funny thing about it is that they also said that the French blue, the color blue, paid homage to other classic Air Jordan models. Now, here's the thing that's funny about that, because when they debuted this sneaker on the sneakers app, when they did the rundown, the preview for Jordan Brand for the fall and winter season, they actually said that these sneakers were made to look like the true blue Air Jordan 3s. We've talked about colors being adapted from certain models to the other models, Taxi 1s, Concord 5s, all these other sneakers. So now they said that this was basically the true blue 3. That's why we got the red Jumpman on the tongue. We got a little bit of the gray, like the elephant print on the true blue 3, and then the French blue, of course, like the blue on that shoe as well. And they adapted it into the 13. So I'm like, okay, which one is it? Is it a French blue in the French blue family, like the 12s and the Trophy Rooms, or is it a true blue 3 adapted onto an Air Jordan 13? Is it Uchiwali or is it One Mike? Which one is it? And I think that confusion around this sneaker just really didn't help its case when it came to connecting with the consumers. Now, listen, I'm not saying that people went into the store and was like, I don't know if this is a true blue or if this is a French blue, so I'm not going to buy it. No. I'm just saying that that's part of why it feels like this sneaker just didn't connect with a lot of people. It just seemed confusing from the copyright to the colorway to the way that it launched, and it launched at the wrong time. Right now, I think we're seeing some of the impacts of the shipping delays is and the COVID impacts and people running out of money. And unfortunately, the brand still is getting these sneakers in, even though they're coming way later than they were supposed to come. This sneaker was supposed to come while the good times were still rolling. I believe that a sneaker that looks this mid, and I'm gonna just keep it a buck. I understand some people may not like what I gotta say, but this is a mid sneaker. It's a very easy pass. It was a general release sneaker going all the way down to the babies that really was supposed to be bought with PPP money or with stimulus check money. Like, that's really what this sneaker was. And I could be wrong about that. I don't know, but it just seems like this sneaker came out at the wrong time. If this sneaker had dropped a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, I think this sneaker probably would have did numbers. I think it would have sold out. We've seen in the Nike quarterly earnings lately that Nike recorded record numbers for their last fiscal year. But I predict that Nike's going to see a downturn. They're going to see a little bit of a decline when it comes to their next quarterly report because people are just running out of money out here. We're in a recession and people don't have money to throw down on sneakers like this. Now, I also understand it is back to school time and that's all well and good. And yeah, the kids maybe got some new sneakers and maybe this was a cool sneaker to get the kids for back to school. So I'm not mad at that. But at the same time, there's just so many other sneakers that are dropping these days. And there are sneakers that are also coming up that I think people just want more. You're going to want Fire Red 3s more than you want these. You're going to want Lost and Found Jordan 1s more than you want these. There's so many other sneakers that are coming out that people just want more than these. And we've hit a point where people now have to decide what they want to get and what they don't want to get. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing because a lot of people are saying that nature is healing at this point where you can walk into a store and you can see sneakers like this sitting on the shelf. However, that's really not good news when you're the brand who's trying to sell this product as fast as they possibly can. Nike also said in their last quarterly earnings report that they're having a problem with people paying full price for stuff. They keep having to discount stuff and send it to the outlet in order for people to buy it. I think this sneaker is definitely destined for the outlet as well, but that's not good for Nike because Nike wants to maximize their profits. So now the question becomes, how can we get people to buy sneakers that look like this, but make it feel like they gotta have it? So I think we're gonna be seeing more Jordan reserves and more restocks and things like that. I think this is the time, if I'm the brand, to start pulling back on some of that stock allocation. Honestly, to start making things seem like they're sold out, even if they're not, and kind of staggering my inventory a bit so that I can create as much FOMO and as much demand as I possibly can for sneakers like this, because these are a hard sell. And I mean a really, really hard sell. I mean, again, it's not bad. It just wasn't really a need for a lot of people out here. And I think that the way that this shoe is selling, or the lack thereof, is reflecting that. So I think there's other shoes that are getting ready to come out that are better than these. I think there are sneakers that a lot of us are anticipating that we're kind of saving our money for that I think are a little better than these as well. But hey, if you want to feel something, if you haven't been able to get your shoes for a long time, now we can't say that we're having a problem taking L's on anything anymore. So the tides have turned from that. Now it's turned into, we just don't want the shoes. We were taking L's, but L's on sneakers that we wanted. We don't want these. And I think a lot of people just don't want these. But that's all that I got to say about these. That's one man's opinion. Now it's time for you guys to sound off down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about the Air Jordan 13 French Blue. Were these ones that you had to have? Were these ones that you added to your collection? This feels like this is one that you just kind of bought it just to buy it, just to kind of feel something, spend a little bit of money. But I could be wrong. Hey, if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, this might be right up your alley, or an Indianapolis Colts fan or something like that. So, hey, maybe if you're a fan, these are for you. Send them down below. Let me know. Of course, right down in the comments, make sure that you click on that subscribe button so we can welcome you into the Sneaker Fetish family, to make sure you don't miss out on any more heat that comes through like these, because I guarantee you I got a lot more heat on the way. As always, I want to thank you guys for joining me here today on Sneaker Fetish, taking a look at these with me, unboxing them with me for a couple of minutes. I go by the name of Kari. This is the Air Jordan 13 French Blue. And until next time, I'm out.